she makes it hard for them to kick her out. How does it look now if they kick her out? Her take on the Middle East is reasonable. She has not said anything crazy. She said, I love Daily Wire. I have no problem. I like that we were able to have different disagreements. By the way, Ben Shapiro's not my boss. I'm cool with the real bosses. Number 4, Ben Shapiro's not around anyway. She basically like, he's not around anyway. Maybe he shouldn't be around at all.
Of the Daily Wire. He is not making the day-to-day decisions of the Daily Wire. And unfortunate, Ben lives in Florida. He's not a part of the day-to-day.
What? She's trying to get Ben Shapiro kicked out. That's a boss move.
Middle MAGA.
I have a very good relationship with the co-CEOs of the Daily Wire. Especially right now, the acting CEO is...
So you see what she did? She said, it's a testament to Daily Wire that we can have these disagreements. I love working for Daily Wire. Tucker sets her up with because it sounds like they probably talked before. Tucker wasn't really surprised by this answer, but setting her up with, is he really your boss? Because that happens a lot. You talk to somebody before an interview, and then now you set them up because you didn't talk about it on the interview. So he's like, are you? And he knows that he's not, in her mind at least. And she goes and says, nah, he's just another dude. I'm cool with the real movers and shakers at Daily Wire. She's trying to get Ben Shapiro kicked out. That's a boss move.
Of the Daily Wire. He is not making the day-to-day decisions of the Daily Wire. And I do want to make it very clear because people are like, how could you possibly stay at Daily Wire after this? I have a very good relationship with the co-CEOs of the Daily Wire. Especially right now, the acting CEO is Caleb Robinson. He's a wonderful person. He's worked very hard to be where he's at. We have a lot in common that we connect on. And so people don't get to see that, which is unfortunate. Ben lives in Florida. He's not a part of the day-to-day.
What? Her political skills are through the roof. This is next level. This is next level. This is not JV. This is varsity level. This is varsity level office politics, which is very similar to real politics. This is savage. Do you see how and then she's making it look nice too. So she makes it hard for them to kick her out now. You know how bad that looks at Daily Wire? I've already canceled my Harry's Razors and my Daily Wire Plus. And I am a big Matt Walsh fan. Matt Walsh gonna have to go somewhere else. I'm not subscribing to this nonsense. This is what Ben Shapiro's doing. But so she makes it hard for them to kick her out. How does it look now if they kick her out? Her take on the Middle East is reasonable. She has not said anything crazy. She said, I love Daily Wire. I have no problem. I like that we were able to have different disagreements. By the way, Ben Shapiro's not my boss. I'm cool with the real bosses. Number 4, Ben Shapiro's not around anyway. She basically like, he's not around anyway. Maybe he shouldn't be around at all.
Went to the Daily Wire. The rest of the hosts have their shows situated in Nashville. So we see each other every day. We talk. There's great camaraderie. And there's actually more agreement. There's actually a lot of people that are, as I describe myself, just pro-America first. And I think I've been that way consistently throughout my political career. Whether people agree with it or not in different moments is up for debate. But
this right here is the whole reason she went on with Tucker. It's the only reason. I was wrong. I was speculating that she went on Tucker to get hooked up with Tucker, so Tucker's team, and she's probably open to that if it goes south, and Charlie Kirk. I think she'd be good with Timcast too, but I don't know the money part of it, but just as a personality, I think she'd be great with Timcast. But I mean, she should just be on her own. But I thought she was going on Tucker to get, kind of like good with Tucker to join his. And Tucker, at some point, I think, is going to bring on a Glenn Greenwald type, but he's already with Rumble. I don't know if he can, but he's going to bring on somebody else. That's not what this was about. It was about this right here. So that's why it was so awkward when he said, is he your boss? Tucker sounded awkward, though. It didn't sound like it was a true, natural question, did it? They talked about that before. That's what she was on that's what she was on for. Peep game. This is so good. Peep game.
in a private setting.
I think that's fair. And just for clarity, because I really
Wait,
don't.
no, I want to go back again. People hate how I do this, but I just love this. This is why I do with debates. That's why I kind of pick up debate moments, because I'm always rewinding them.
Onto it on a level of intellect, because there's
I want to go back to the part where she says that's why the Daily Wire is good.
nothing that he has expressed in that, at least in that short clip, that he fundamentally disagrees with in terms of what I said. But I will say that I'm not going to respond with the same ad hominem attacks.
Yes.
I don't think it helps further
Staying above him, I'm better than him, more morals than him.
discussion. And if that was me that was caught on a video saying that about colleagues that I work with, I would be embarrassed. The video speaks more to Ben's character than it speaks to mine.
Has he texted you to apologize or explain or anything?
No, nothing. I haven't heard a single word. It just was sort of something that he said. And you know what? Ben and I have many disagreements, so I don't think that that's particularly something that's interesting.
Then she's downplaying it like it's no big deal. And then here's the Daily Wire shout out.
Totally open to people having a difference in opinion.
Right.
I would hope that amongst colleagues that it would always be a civil disagreement. And I would never in a private event stand on a table and talk badly about Ben.
It's
I
a
would
little
say
it's a little weird. So he was on the left on those three biggest issues of our time, is what you're saying?
he has converted his opinions. He's accepted responsibility. He said, I was wrong about the vaccine.
Oh, good. Good for him.
He is,
You see how she's doing it? Like, I'm very reasonable. Oh, no, he changed his mind. And she's not trying to go, she's kind of being, she's reminding people how cringe he is. But then at the same time, and he's a smart guy, don't get me wrong, but those are just, objectively cringe takes. But then she's like, don't worry, he's kind of backtracked on him. And then she goes with the Daily Wire's great.
obviously pro pharma. His mom's a doctor. And I say to people, I'm very aware of my perspectives on big pharma, and I talk about it on my show openly. And I think that that's
all in the backdrop of Ben Shapiro's not likable. If he had a Q rating or just a likability rating, it would have tumbled, just like the support for the Israel in the war has tumbled since October 7th. His approval would be tumbling. So she's trying to make herself reasonable. She's the good one.
a tremendous credit to the Daily Wire that they allow a difference of opinions. But I as I said, hope that
She's not trying to leave Daily Wire, y'all. You listen to this. She's not trying to. If she was trying to leave Daily Wire, she wouldn't be saying anything like this.
and he's accepted responsibility. He said, I was wrong about the vaccine.
Oh, good. Good for him.
He is, obviously pro pharma. His mom's a doctor. And
Tucker seems like he knows he's in on it too. Tucker knows what's happening. I can tell. I think he knows. Allegedly.
people, I'm very aware of my perspectives on big pharma, and I talk about it on my show openly. And I think that that's a tremendous credit to the Daily Wire
Self-awareness.
that they allow a difference of opinion.
Self-awareness. Ben Shapiro has none. I mean, she planned this. She did a whole outline on this. She was prepared for this. She's been prepared for this. She had a whole outline. She rehearsed it. She's just very good. She doesn't need to. She has good memory, good recall, so it sounds natural. This was all rehearsed, I think. Allegedly.
Of our time, is what you're saying?
He has converted his opinions. He's accepted responsibility. He said, I was wrong about the vaccine.
Oh, good. Good for him.
He is, obviously pro pharma. His mom's a doctor. And I say to people, I'm very aware of my perspectives on big pharma, and I talk about it on my show openly. And I think that that's a tremendous credit to the Daily Wire that they allow a difference of opinions. But I as I said, hope that it would remain respectful and that you wouldn't throw your colleagues under a bus, so to speak.
I think
Ben needs to calm down, or she's going to be successful. I don't know the details or how possible it is. He needs to, somebody who cares about him needs to get him. You're getting, it's kind of funny, not funny in a haha way, but it's ironic because in the way that I don't think she set him up for this, but she's using it in the same way that Hamas is using. So Ben is being overly aggressive to the point where he's losing public, support. In my opinion, I don't have facts to show that up, but I mean, I don't think a lot of people are behind Ben on this. And I think if Israel's losing support, Ben is. They're the same entity. So he's losing the war of public perception. And she's she's milking into that, just like the Palestinians are with the over-aggression. You know, in basketball, there's if somebody's in the post and they're a big guy and they're really good at the post, you can pull the chair out from them. So they're trying to, like Shaq, they try to do that with Shaq a lot. He's backing up and he's so big he can just push you and not get a foul. So then he's waiting for the weight of you to hold him up, and he goes to push, but if you go out the way, he just falls down. And that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to use Ben Shapiro. This is art of war. You use your opponent's aggressiveness. If your opponent is overly aggressive, you can use that as a weakness. Almost like a football player that over pursues and then the running back cuts back. The defender's over pursuing to the sideline, so the running back cuts back in the field and the angle is lost and you can get extra yards. Same concept.
I think that's fair. And just for clarity, because I really don't know, is he your boss?
I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about Ben's involvement. He's not the CEO of the Daily Wire. He is not making the day decisions of the Daily Wire. And I do want to make it very clear, because people are like, how could you possibly save Daily Wire after this? I have a very good relationship with the co-CEOs of the Daily Wire. Especially right now, the acting CEO is Caleb Robinson. He's a wonderful person. He's worked very hard to be where he's at. We have a lot in common that we connect on. And so people don't get to see that, which is unfortunate. Ben lives in Florida. He's not a part of the day-to-day movement of the Daily Wire. The rest of the hosts have their shows situated in Nashville. So we see each other every day. We talk. There's great camaraderie. And there's actually more agreement. There's actually a lot of people that are, as I describe myself, just pro-America first. And I think I've been that way consistently.
There's been a little bit, not tension with Matt. I'm not saying tension with Matt Walsh, but there's definitely disagreement. And Matt Walsh hasn't, that I've seen, mentioned Ben, but the takes that Matt Walsh has, he's kind of in that same, not as much as Candace Owens, but he's kind of, he's had some takes that are right on that line. And I think Candace is almost like, we're better without Ben, is what the case that she's making. He's aloof. She's almost trying to say, to me, in an indirect way, nobody likes him. Don't mess with that one, right? Candace Owens, woo.
Throughout my political career, whether people agree with it or not in different moments is up for debate. But I don't want that video to become a reflection of how the Daily Wire works and the Daily Wire operates, because
now she's protecting the Daily Wire. Remember, that's what she was doing against Steven Crowder, who has, by the way, been proven. No one could be proven more right on the dispute of the Daily Wire owning people than Steven Crowder right now. That debate's over. Steven Crowder was right. Period. No qualifications, no ifs, no ands, no buts. Proven beyond belief right on that. And now the reason why she had beef with him on that is, and I was wondering, like, wow, it's weird, because she had beef with Ben before. And I was like, that was over the Ye stuff. The Ye, Ben wanted her to kind of, and Ye's, they're kind of cool. I don't know, they're very cool to a certain extent. I mean, they were doing stuff together, cool enough to do that, even though they had problems back with the Brexit logo and all that. But they squashed that. So Ben wanted her to step away from Ye. I don't think they ever repaired it from that. And when you go back and listen to what Ye said during that time frame, he said some things that were a little bit like I needed clarification on, but for the most part, it's not as bad as you think it was, at least during the time. But that's when it fell apart. And now you see her coming in definitively, in my opinion, definitively saying, we're better without Ben. Playing this political game here. Very good at it.
Don't want that video to become a reflection of how
So I wondered, why was she defending Daily Wire? I think she really likes Daily Wire. That's why she went on Timcast after Steven Crowder, and I think it was pre-scheduled. That's not why she went on there, but she was on there and she was defending Daily Wire. And I'm like, man, she had beef with Ben Shapiro. And it's almost like the impression is Ben Shapiro owns it, but it doesn't sound like it's the case. She was defending Daily Wire because she wanted to, and now she's defending Daily Wire again. Who makes Daily Wire look better right now? Ben Shapiro or Candace Owens? It's Candace Owens. Regardless of who's right or wrong on Israel or anything else.
The Daily Wire works and the Daily Wire operates because I have had a very good experience with the CEOs, and love Michael Knowles, love Matt Walsh, Andrew Klavan. We all get along really great.
Well, it certainly speaks well of the Daily Wire then. So it's not, I mean, a clip like that on the internet, oh, Candace Owens is...
So now she's also politicking the other members of Daily Wire. This is a numbers game. If Matt Walsh is like, I'm not saying that I don't know this, but I'm just saying, if Matt Walsh is like, I'm kind of tired of Ben Shapiro, to be honest with you. He's never around. His takes are cringe beyond belief. He acts like a Mossad agent. I like Candace better anyway. And with Ben gone, I'm the man. I've been the man. I'm the one that's been in the hearings. I'm the one who did What Is a Woman. Candace. Ben picked the wrong one. Ben messed up. He really messed up. You got to be more sophisticated. And you could see Ben knew in the moment he messed up, because it was an awkward feel when he tried to disparage her and there was no substance to it. He's a substance guy. So she's trying to get Brett Cooper, Klavan, Knowles, Walsh on her team. Then she's trying to get the upper management on her team. She didn't mention Boeing. I don't know what Jeremy Boeing's, I thought he was CEO, but whatever, I don't know what they are, their titles. She didn't mention him, though. That was interesting. He's probably Team Shapiro. I don't know that for sure. But if she can get enough numbers on her side, her job is fine at that point. Now it's just a matter of, can she push Ben out?
It's out or something. That's not, doesn't sound like that's what it means at all.
Yeah, no, it's a small group of people. We see each other every day.
Right.
Brett Cooper is another one who just joined about 2 years ago. She's great. She's up and coming. And there's a lot of stuff that we're working on. And that's why I think this video is even more unfortunate, because people see him as a figurehead, rightfully so, of the Daily Wire. And it allows people to, speak energy into the Daily Wire that isn't necessarily there, because he's not there on a day-to-day basis.
Okay, that's very interesting. So if we could take 3 steps back and...
I can hear Tucker's voice. Tucker, that's not authentic. And Tucker, I don't think likes Ben Shapiro, just for the record, allegedly. I don't think he does. So he's perfectly fine with this whole thing too.
Give us the context for this debate. How are you on different sides of it?
Okay, so I don't care about the debate.
Middle MAGA.